At TimeExposure, we're all about making you more profitable as a professional photographer. But for today's video, I want to talk about our website, TimeExposure.com, to be able to show you some of the cool stuff here that'll help you make managing your ProSelect and all your products a whole lot easier. First of all, if you take a look at TimeExposure.com, we've got a whole new interface here to be able to take a look at. You can see we've got products, free trials, purchasing, reviews, talking about all the customers saying wonderful things about ProSelect, downloads, training, and support. Those are quick access to get to many of the different areas on the TimeExposure website. If you scroll down to the bottom of the page, you can actually see more information and see more detail of what's under some of these different areas. For example, if you're buying ProSelect at a show and you need to register a voucher, for example, right here is where you can register your vouchers. Well, let's take a look and go back up here. And first of all, I want to log into your account. Everybody at TimeExposure.com, if you have ProSelect, you have an account. We're going to go ahead and log into our TimeExposure.com account. And there we are. That brings you up what's called My Account Home. And this has got some great information on there. First of all, notice at the top it says, important notice. It tells me I'm eligible to collect a free triple scoop music gift code. So all I have to do is click here and I can actually go right to the information about being able to take and redeem that gift code. That's a $60 value. It shows all my membership details, and it also shows what I subscribe to in the mailing list. Now, one thing I recommend is that it's important that we be able to communicate with you. So I always suggest choosing yes. What's really, really important is to be able to make sure that your Support Plus reminders, that yes is always checked in that case. These are all your account details, your physical location, and you can actually change your account. You can change your email address, mailing list options, login password, everything can all be handled right from this page. If we go to My Products, it's actually going to start showing us all the ProSelect or TimeExposure.com products that you use. If you look here, you can see I have ProSelect Pro 2014 R1 with a 2-user license. It tells me that my Support Plus runs until January 13th, 2015. Now what that means is that I'm eligible to be able to get all the upgrades that are coming out between now and January 13th, 2015. It also means that I have access to the TimeExposure ProSelect support team through the TimeExposure.com website, so I can submit support tickets and get help when I need it. This also shows that I have the composite album collection and room view collection. When we scroll down a little further, you'll see I've got a link to extend my Support Plus for an additional year. Now, this is the best way to ensure that you have the latest features in ProSelect, access to support and help when you need it, and it's the most economical way to own ProSelect. We want to be sure that we renew our Support Plus before it expires, because once it expires, we have to move into an upgrade, and that costs more money. To renew your Support Plus or see the costs, just click the link. Well, here I got a couple different options. I can do it as a yearly payment, or what's new is we can actually do it in 12 monthly payments. We can go ahead and check that, and it'll tell me that they won't even start. They don't start till my Support Plus actually expires in January 13th, so it makes sure that I always have the latest version of ProSelect. You can just fill out your payment details and you're ready to go. Let's go back and look at some other information on the page here. If I want to change up, purchase any additional add-ons for my current license, this is where I can go in and I can go ahead and I can do things like add an additional user license. I can add composite album collections, room view collections, whatever products that I might not have, I can actually add those. Back on the My Products page, I can actually see where I've installed ProSelect, or actually on what computers I've installed it. By clicking on View My Currently Activated Machines, it shows me my license. You can see I have ProSelect Pro with the 2-user license. You can see each computer that has ProSelect loaded. In this case, I only have ProSelect loaded on an iMac, and so it's telling me that I can actually have 2 more activations, or I can load that on 2 more machines. Keep in mind with the 2-user license, that allows me to install on 3 machines, but I can only use it 2 at a time. Much in the same way, if I had a 1-user license, I can install it on 2 machines, but only use it 1 machine at a time. Well, let's take a look at some other resources that we've got out here. First of all, we've got downloads. When I want to go to my downloads area, very simple. If you're PC or Mac, we can simply go right to that location. Click here for the latest versions. If you're running an older version of ProSelect, take for example that if your Support Plus expired and you're only eligible for maybe a 2012 version, you can actually go ahead and access that there. The ProSelect resources is where you can get other information, get other things like frames from the different manufacturers, the different lab profiles, templates, all kinds of different information there on the ProSelect resources. Well, let's take a look here at the training. Now, this training here in the new website is fabulous because what it's got several different areas on here. First of all, training movies. So this one is going to give us some getting to know ProSelect movies. So we can go here, and this is a great way to get going on ProSelect. Even if you've been a ProSelect user for quite a while, I guarantee you get some great tips out of there. We've also got webinars out here. Webinars are constantly going on. Every month there's 1 or 2 webinars going on with our training team, and it's got tons of great information. You can see the details of all the information from the webinars right here, so you can click on any of those to access them. Tutorials and quick tips. So if you've got some other shorter type movies, they're actually all going to be available right on this page. Well, let's say that we're not quite sure where to look, but we want to find a movie when we're working on templates. All I'm going to do is type in template, click search, and it comes up and it shows me 15 different movies that were found, talking all about different areas of templates and ProSelect. If you look over here on the right, it shows the version that the movies were actually created in, but just because it's an older version doesn't mean the information is not valid. A lot of this information all carries from version to version, so you're guaranteed to get lots of information about it. Let's say I want to learn more about Studio Cloud because we integrate with the Studio Cloud management software. So let's go ahead and type in Studio Cloud and click search. And you can see now we've got videos that come up there with information about Studio Cloud. Well, the last thing I want to share with you is about support. If we go over here and click on support, we've got different information here with support. I've got a support checklist. This is information that'll help you quickly get answers. Knowledge-based articles. You can search a problem or a known issue, and we can find information there. Also, you can submit a new support ticket. When you submit a support ticket, this is going to go right to our support team in Australia, where they can take and answer questions for you. If you look here, you'll see we have several different sections here. So depending on where you actually need assistance, you're going to choose the right section and it'll guide you right through the process. Now remember, if you're looking for the ProSelect support, it's important that your Support Plus be current and be active. If you've already submitted a support ticket, but you didn't think they replied, not so. Every support ticket that ever goes into the TimeExposure system gets replied to. An email is always sent back out, but sometimes those get caught up in the spam filters. So you can always log in your account at TimeExposure, click View Your Support Ticket, and it'll show you any current support tickets that you have going and the correspondence, not only what you sent, but what was returned by support. At TimeExposure, we're all about making you profitable and making it easy for you. I hope this guide to get you through our website here and understand more about your account was helpful. For ProSelect, I'm Ron Nichols.